Hi everyone, so Lenny McLean and Lee Duffy, two of the most feared, respected and most talked about street fighters in the country. And who would have won a fight out of the two? The reason I asked that is because I went on a boxing forum and I saw someone talking about UK hard men, and the question came up, Lee Duffy versus Lenny McLean. So obviously Lee Duffy from Middlesbrough, Lenny McLean from London, so we've got a north-south fight. I've started to do more northern fighters in my videos. Lee Duffy's the ideal one to do today. So now apparently there was talk of a fight between the two, but I don't know if that's true because they're different generation. Lenny McLean in 1986, when he was fighting Mad Gypsy Bradshaw, would have been 37 years old. Lee Duffy at that time would have been 20 years old, which obviously you can still fight, but I don't see that fight was ever in the making. If anyone else knows about that, let me know, but I can't see it ever being a thing that was going to happen. So you've got Lenny McLean, 6'2", and he ranged from 15 stone up to 22 stone. And you've got Lee Duffy, who I think was 6'3", and he was around 14 stone to 17 stone. So if you caught them both at the 16 stone mark, both around the same weight, who do I think would win? Now this is my opinion, and I'm only going off of what I've heard about Lee Duffy because there's no footage of Lee Duffy. So all I'm going on is the knowledge I've got. So if anyone knows any different, please let me know. So what I know of Lee Duffy was he was very fast, he had a knockout punch, but he preferred to knock you out from the side, and he would spark Dorman out from the side and hit you from the side. I think Lenny McLean had his whole life was fighting. He's vastly more experienced, I would believe, well he was, than Lee Duffy, because Lenny was fighting from a teenager all the way up till in his late 30s and his 40s. So Lenny was doing the doors, he was doing bare knuckle fighting against other tough men, he did the unlicensed boxing, beating legendary fighter Roy Shaw. So he was a battle-hardened street fighter. I don't think Lee Duffy was. If anyone knows any different, please let me know, but I don't think Lee Duffy was battle-hardened. He looks like he seemed to knock most people out and didn't really get into fights where we really took a lot of punishment, as far as I know. But anyone else knows, let me know. But he was feared. Lee was feared up in Middlesbrough and up in the northeast. He could even go Newcastle and other areas, and people were wary of him because of his speed and his power. And he was always up for a fight as well. And he apparently was very game as well. He would fight anybody. But you look at Lenny McLean's face, he's had broken nose, he's had broken jaw, he's had his broken eye sockets, his hands are broken from the years and years of fighting. He's so experienced, fighting to him comes so naturally, so easily. Even when he was outnumbered, he'd be outnumbered, taking on gangs. I think Lee Duffy's been outnumbered and sparked people out as well. But I just don't think he was as battle hardened as Lenny. So if these two were to fight in their prime, who do I think would win? I would go with Lenny on his experience, his toughness, his ability to take pain. He looks more battle hardened. Don't get me wrong, one punch can change any fight. You're only one punch away from winning or losing a fight, no matter who you're against. If you can punch and you've got fast hands, Lenny had fast hands as well, don't forget. I was known for having fast hands when I was a pro, and I could hit fairly fast at 18, 19 stone. So I know the difference quick hands makes. It does make a lot of difference. If you can whack a shot off quick before they've even seen it coming, it makes a difference. Or you can slip your head, but if you've got boxing skill as well, it makes a lot of difference. But Lee Duffy apparently didn't actually have boxing matches. I spoke to Marty Turner once, the great boxing trainer, rest in peace Marty. I sat around the table with Marty when I went up to see Brian Cockrell a couple of years ago, or a year ago, and Marty told me he did train Lee Duffy, but he said that Lee Duffy didn't have any fights, he never had any boxing matches. But he said he was good, but he just didn't have the fights, so he didn't have the experience in the boxing. Lenny did have a lot of boxing experience, obviously fighting Roy Shaw and all the other unlicensed fights he had over the years. So he had the boxing experience. Lenny wasn't the greatest boxer either, but he had the experience there, and all those years of door work and stuff, street fighting. And Dave Courtney says he was the best at door work and fighting in a small space against a gang. He was the best, and with his size and strength. So I would definitely give the edge to Lenny in that fight, which got me thinking as well. It got me thinking, now if I gave the edge to Lenny, you've got to bring in Build a Bomb, because Build a Bomb was a similar size to Lee Duffy, but I would give the edge over Lenny to build a bomb as well. So if I think Bill could beat Lenny, I would put him down to beat Lee Duffy. Like I said, one punch can change it, but build a bomb was a different kettle of fish altogether, even more so because of his boxing experience, fighting and training in America with Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali's trainer. He sparred some of the top pros, top American pros, and he had a brilliant boxing record. I think he had 16 wins in Britain. 16 fights, winning 15, and he avenged that loss against Johnny Wall, Lenny McLean's cousin. So he fought Lenny McLean's cousin twice, and he beat him in the he lost the first one, but beat him in the rematch. So he beat every man he faced, really, even though he had that loss. So build a bomb, another man who would knock out Dorman, knock anyone out who he hit. Very, very feared. Very similar reputation like Lee Duffy, would knock everyone out, not a man to be messed with, and had an amazing fast knockout punch. But he had the boxing ability and the experience, so there's a lot to be said for head movement, blocking, stepping out of range, coming in. There's a lot to be said for that when you're going up against another very similar fighter who hasn't got the experience. You've got to give it to build a bomb. So anyway, I just thought I'd get this one out there because I did a video yesterday and it got taken down by YouTube. It was a video about Tyson Fury and Guv'nor. YouTube took it off, so that was my first video back. I wanted to give a video to the boxing fans out there because I've neglected them a little bit, so I'm starting to add the boxing in again. But I'm going to keep the street fighting ones going because everyone wants the street fighting ones, and I get a lot of questions asked, can I do one on so and so? And I've had a lot of people asking me to do Lee Duffy, and when I saw that boxing forum about Lenny McLean, Lee Duffy, I thought perfect. But thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to everyone who supports the channel. Please like, share and comment. It means the world to me, and it pushes the videos further, and yeah, it helps me keep the channel going. But I hope everyone's well. Please leave a comment as to who you think would win and any other fighters you want me to do, or all my subscribers that I talk to, let me know how you're all doing. Just down again by the river. So just having a little walk before I go and train with Matty Jr., do some weights. So yeah, I hope you're all well. Thank you to everyone, and all the best. I'll see you soon.